I'm really here to talk to you, give me about 10 minutes to talk to you about the work that has been going on in Bristol since 2011 when we achieved City of Sanctuary status. And so Bristol is notable for its proactive role in supporting refugees and migrants, or as the report quite rightly, I would say, has now renamed Citizens in Waiting. The city has shown a long-standing commitment to welcoming and supporting citizens in waiting and has been awarded and was awarded City of Sanctuary status back in 2011. The council has also now set up a dedicated service called the Refugee Resettlement Team, which provides support to resettled refugees and asylum seekers in partnership with the voluntary and community sector as they navigate the complex UK asylum system. The team provides specialist advice and assistance with housing, welfare benefits, education and healthcare services, and the team started back in 2016 and has grown as a result of the increase of citizens in waiting coming to the city. Our team also operates under 4 different schemes: the Vulnerable Persons Resettlement Scheme, the Vulnerable Children Resettlement Scheme, UKRS, and the Afghan Relocation and Assistance Plans, and also Homes for Ukraine. And just to kind of give you some of the numbers that we have been dealing with and what we have done since 2016. In terms of resettlement in homes, we have resettled 450 people from Middle East and North Africa and 269 people from Afghanistan. Resettlement in hotels, we have supported 558 Afghan people. Homes for Ukraine, we support 741. And in terms of asylum seekers, we have 292 people in dispersed accommodation, and across 3 hotels, we currently have over 1,100 individuals that we are supporting. So one of the most important roles played by the council is supporting our citizens in waiting through the collaboration with community organisations. And these partner organisations work together to provide essential services such as education, healthcare, and housing. Bristol is one of 11 UK core cities, and we are the 8th largest city in England and Wales, with an estimated population now of just over 471,000. We have become the fastest growing of all the core cities in England and Wales over the last decade, with an estimated increase of 43,000 people in the last 10 years. This is a 10% increase compared to England and Wales, which actually only grew by 6.2%. Growth has mainly been concentrated in the inner city and amongst our younger population. The population has grown increasingly diverse, and I used to be proud of stating these facts, and I've now had to relearn them. But not only do we have at least 45 religions, we now have 185 countries of birth. We have 287 different ethnic groups here in this city, so we match the UK, so Bristol and the UK in total, we're actually on par, so we have grown exponentially. And of course, we speak over 91 main languages. The proportion of the population belonging to a minority ethnic group, i.e. not white British, increased from 22.1% in 2011 to now 28.4% in 2021. Somali is the largest ethnic minority group in the city, with a population of almost 9,200 people, making up to 2% of the total population, followed by Pakistani, 9,100, and Indian, 8,400. Almost 1 in 5 people in Bristol were born outside the UK. The 3 most common non-UK countries of birth in 2021 were Poland, Somalia, and India, with Italy, Spain, and Romania all entering the top 10 non-UK countries of birth in 2021. We are proud to be a city of sanctuary, and the aim of that status is to build Bristol as a welcome, safe and hopeful city, with a huge vision that every person seeking sanctuary, regardless of their race, gender, religious beliefs, feels welcome and safe, and that their contribution to the community is valued. Since 2016, we have set up a number of community initiatives, one being our Transport Fund, which funds transport such as bus or train tickets for people seeking sanctuary in our city, who would otherwise not be able to access many of the vital services and appointments that they need to attend. The fund was initially launched to support people who were destitute, and we issue nearly 250 bus tickets per month through First Bus, which is vital for people seeking sanctuary in our city. The University of Bristol's Sanctuary Scholarships, since its launch in 2016, more than 50 students from asylum and refugee backgrounds who could not otherwise have gone to university have been able to study in Bristol. In 2019, the university was named a University of Sanctuary, and it's one of just 19 higher education institutions in the UK to receive this accreditation. Schools or College of Sanctuary status, I have been incredibly proud to have awarded a number of schools in our city school and College of Sanctuary status. Each school or college that has committed to being a safe and welcoming place for people whose lives were in danger in their own country means that they help our students, staff and wider community to understand what it means to be seeking sanctuary and to really extend a welcome to everyone as equal, valued members of the school community. And this year we awarded 5 schools sanctuary status. They were Bristol Cathedral Choir School, Fairfield High, Orchard School, Willow Park and Blagdon School. And I know Blagdon is not in Bristol, but we have a lot of kids from the city who go to that school. Partnership working is, the council works with multiple partners across the city to improve the lives of refugee and asylum seekers in the city. And one of our most notable partners is, of course, ACH, formerly known as Ashley Community Housing, a social enterprise that supports refugees and migrants in their integration to the UK. The Council has been working closely with ACH to help refugees access employment, education and training opportunities. Another partner is Bristol Refugee Rights, a charity that works to uphold the rights of refugees and asylum seekers in the city, and the Council has worked with this organisation to provide access to legal advice, translation services and assistance with housing. And finally, BRASP, Bristol Refugee and Asylum Seeker Partnership, is also a key partner for the Council, focusing on improving health outcomes for refugees, and the Council has been working to identify healthcare needs and provide support for mental health services. Overall, the Council works collaboratively with multiple partners to ensure that our citizens in waiting, I'm going to keep using that terminology because I like that terminology, in the city are able to access a range of services that will help them to integrate into their new communities and feel supported. So let's get down to the Changemakers project. The importance of the project in amplifying the voice of refugees. I consider the project as a crucial initiative here in Bristol, and here are a few reasons why the project is so important. In terms of representation, the project gives a platform for refugees to share their stories, experiences and concerns directly with decision makers and the wider community. Empowerment. By providing training and support to refugees, the Changemakers project helps to build their skills and confidence, enabling them to make a more active role in their own lives and in the wider community. Diversity. The project brings together refugees from different backgrounds and nationalities, creating a diverse and vibrant community that challenges stereotypes and helps to break down barriers between different groups. And advocacy. Through this work, the Changemakers project can help to highlight the obstacles and challenges that refugees face and to advocate for policy changes that can help to improve their lives. Overall, the Changemakers project is an important initiative that plays a vital role in amplifying the voices of citizens in waiting here in our city. Paul had asked me to make the link between Windrush Day and the plight of refugee and migrants, and as Paul said, it is no coincidence that today I don't like the word celebrate. It's a sober moment for me, given what's going on with Windrush and the scandal, so I prefer not to say celebrate, but we need to acknowledge the role that my parents and my grandparents and others who came to this country to build what is the backbone of the NHS system and beyond. But as we all know, Windrush Day is now an annual observance, and it commemorates the arrival of the Empire Windrush ship, which carried Commonwealth citizens from various Caribbean countries to the UK in 1948. As we know, the Windrush generation faced many challenges upon arrival, including systemic discrimination and racism, which is taking place right up to today. The plight of refugees and migrants from sub-Saharan Africa to Ukraine today is also marked with many challenges, or similar challenges. These individuals often faced hostile environments, discrimination, poor living conditions upon arrival. They also lack access to basic human needs such as healthcare, education, and employment opportunities. Despite these differences in time and location, the link between Windrush Day and the plight of refugees and migrants from sub-Saharan Africa to Ukraine today is the systemic discrimination and mistreatment faced by these groups. Both groups face enormous difficulties in integrating into their new societies due to prejudice and negative attitudes. It is essential to recognise our shared history and experiences and work together to combat racism and discrimination towards minority groups to ensure that everyone is treated with equality and respect. By doing so, we can create a more inclusive society where everyone can thrive and lead fulfilling lives. Bristol City's ongoing commitment to welcoming and supporting refugees and migrants is crucial in ensuring that those who have been displaced are able to rebuild their lives in a safe and supportive environment. We've done international work through the Mayor's Migration Council and national work through Inclusive Cities, and local work, bringing forward Bristol's first refugee and asylum strategy and needs assessment. The Council has recently appointed Mohammed Osman as our new Migration Inclusion Strategic Lead, and a key part of his role is to document all our work to promote migration issues through the Mayor's Office to encourage politicians on the committee system to continue our work. I am super proud that the Mayor, myself, Councillor Helen Holland and Councillor Ellie King specifically have made a real difference in providing the leadership that the city needs to represent all of our citizens. So in conclusion, Bristol City's ongoing commitment to welcoming and supporting refugees and migrants is crucial in ensuring that those who have been displaced are able to rebuild their lives in a safe and supportive environment. And I wish everyone well today as we debate the report, and over to you guys.